Welcome to Just Us Bees. We're three lifelong friends who've been talking nonsense for years. Finally decided to put Mike in front of us. Here, we break down everything from music, movies, and TV to sports and the latest in pop culture, with just the right mix of hot takes, humor, and some good old-fashioned banter. If you love a great debate, random deep dives, and unfiltered fun, you're in the right place. So grab a seat, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. This is Just Us Bees.
Special guest, Amelie.
Episode 4.
Throw her on the pod.
Let's see her. Say what's up.
There's
We'll
probably
we'll see if she-
there's probably some child labor law against that.
Yeah, that's. Oh,
But it's your daughter.
Yeah.
hey, that ties
This is
into
bees, dude.
Severance. Well, at least last week,
Yes.
not this week. Let me see
Anyway,
if they're-
what's new since we've connected last? Oh.
the finale now. What do you
Oh
mean?
yeah, but I'm just new. You said that you did something good. And
Oh
and then
yeah.
that-
Let me see if they wanna. Are you gonna leave or? Yeah. Oh, because we're starting.
Get Jacqueline on here too.
What a cue! Are you
Impromptu
gonna,
special
I just
guest.
didn't know. Like, are you staying or going?
Or are you
He
gonna,
asked
you
the
gonna
question,
leave?
are you
Hey, babe.
You don't do like
No,
mic check,
no.
lighting
I checked my
adjustments.
mic before.
Yeah,
Remember?
we just do it. No loop. We
Check
just
Yeah,
do
you
it.
go
This
five,
is the
four,
best
three.
cold start
Come on,
ever.
Emily.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye to the
This is
boys.
the best. Love
Bye,
you.
boys.
Say bye. Oh, she can't. Okay.
She
You're
can't.
blurred, baby. You're blurred.
So you're gonna stay or?
You can talk.
So, so I did two things. Let me get this one thing.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna say keep learning the theme song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go.
nailed it.
I was like, I could play it while we talk about it, maybe.
Episode 4.
Nope. That's not.
That's... Yes.
No.
Yeah, keep going.
I'll like pop it in while we play. I'll like pop it in.
All right. There's a really sick metal cover of the theme song.
I saw
Oh,
it. Yeah, you
And
should. We should play that, or if you find it, we should.
Yeah,
play
and
it.
someone was even saying like something about like the melody itself. It's
Oh,
like
the distance between the notes and stuff.
well, it's
having
like
relevance?
it's like they were describing it as like perfect musically. I don't know what they meant by that,
Oh,
but like so I don't think it's just like the way it sounds. Like I think there's like maybe like the distance in the
So-
notes or arpeggios in the scale or whatever. But like someone was saying, it's like
does it
music.
start off slow?
The whole thing is that tempo.
No, the metal version.
Yes,
yeah,
like
that's-
this. And there's like so sick. Big vibe.
Hold on, I'm trying to see if this is it.
I was thinking of it because I was on Reddit and this guy posted. He's like, "Oh, my band played the intro to Severance as like their intro to their set or something."
Oh, that's cool.
I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, that was like the time I saw August
Oh,
Burns
no.
Red, and they played Chop Suey as the intro to, which is not their song, but it was still like it's
iconic."
like a curveball. Yeah, it was just like a curve. Yeah, that's sick.
I got it. If you want me to share.
Yeah, hit it, dude.
How do I do that? Let me
I'm
go.
interested. Maybe it's
Yeah,
like
I want to hear this. Yeah,
Present. Share screen.
fucking boomer, dude.
YouTube. Share. Hey, it's faster than last time. Give me a Blake. Give me a Blake.
Give
Am I go? Am I live?
You gotta turn it up if you could.
so maybe the original's on piano, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I heard. I spoke to this.
What was that? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
So
Yeah.
sick.
Awesome.
Deep fade.
Oh, I don't know, Danny, if I oh my god. If I told you this, but because we only recorded 2 days ago, what has happened since minus Severance or besides Severance was I shot a 78.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. You
I
sent
forgot
us that
those.
scorecard. I don't know what all the symbols mean. You guys go take it to another level. I just see the numbers.
You want to take this top move as your card?
Yeah, no, just so when you I mean there are 3 basic stats. One, do you hit the fairway?
Okay.
That's easy, right? So it's either
Okay.
check mark or right or left or whatever. And then
Okay.
do you hit the green? Right. So check mark means you hit the green, right or left means you're or short, right? So
Or
you go right.
short. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay.
And then
If you don't
putts.
put a mark at all, you're good.
If you don't put a mark, it means it's a par 3 usually.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't
So like
have a
par,
fairway.
par 3 doesn't have a fairway.
Wait. So what means you hit the fairway? What's the, check
It's
mark?
Just a check mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like that's the weird part about my score is like I hit 1 fairway out of 14. It's terrible. And I hit 3 greens maybe. So that's a weird thing. So all I
Yeah.
did was putt really well. Like I have all those 1 putts.
We were just like a scrappy round, right?
Scrappy
like
round.
scrapping around it.
And then today I hit 7 fairways, so way better fairway, and I shot an 84. So it was like 6.
Yep.
It's just
Yep.
weird. Golf is
Yep.
fucking weird as fuck.
Yep. Sometimes I don't know, dude. Especially like, all right. So say you hit a bomb drive, like you hit a really good drive. You've done a par 4, and you have inside your shortest club. So like you have your wedge, which
Yep.
is not a full shot.
Yep.
Now it's feel.
It's hard.
The wedge is a blade.
Yep.
I know whenever I slow down my screen or modify my normal swing, I do not make the same contact as if I was swinging normally.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
just not the way it goes.
Michael will tell you pros will like put themselves, 90 yards
their
out
strongest
on
club.
purpose.
Yeah.
Dude, today, Michael, you probably know the 4th hole on Mansion. I bombed a drive 300 yards. I had 25 yards left. And
so number 4 is the one, with the sick dog leg left a little bit with
This
the
is
bunker
Blue Hill Country Club.
No, this is Mansion.
No, Mansion. Maybe it's not 4. It's the one where you could lay up on top or it goes down. I thought it's 4. Yeah, it's 4.
What's the name of the country club?
You're right. You're right.
Mansion Ridge golf course. I don't think it's a country club.
Yeah. So the one though I usually hit 3 wood because I want.
Yeah. And I do.
Oh, you go all the way out to Orange County. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a 40-minute drive for me, but to what you're saying, I 25 yards out. So like amazing. And then I like hit it over. We're trying. I forget what I did, but like I was like, how? And then Lee, who I was playing with, is like 120 yards out and sticks it, next to the pin. I was like,
yeah. I feel good if I have like a 9 through whatever's not my blades, but still a shorter club. So like a 9 through.
Yeah.
I have an attack wedge, an approach wedge, an assist wedge. What is the A?
Approach. It's all of them.
It's an attack, dude. For sure.
Yeah.
Attack, approach, assist. I like
a Pokemon.
I like assist wedge the best, honestly.
Yeah.
That's the best one.
That's what I always knew it as.
I've heard new things a lot with the A.
Okay.
And that's the first time I've heard assist wedge. I think
that's anything 9 pitch or the A boy.
Yeah.
I feel good with. But if I'm using a blade,
part of your set.
a 56, I don't have a 54. I guess I don't need that.
Listen, I have a suggestion because you don't play a ton of golf and like you should be able to feel confident with your lower wedges. Why don't you just get the I think they're the Callaway CBs or the Cleveland CBs. CB stands for cavity back.
Cavity back. Yeah.
So you'll have
on the wedges.
You'll have a 54-degree wedge which has a cavity back, and you'll just feel like it's part of your.
I guess the approach wedge is the same as that 54 though, right?
Assist wedge.
52. Assist wedge.
Attack wedge.
Attack wedge. Attack wedge.
Whatever.
Oh, something else. Me and Michael like went out and down like to a bar last night.
What? You sure did.
With our significant others, but like it was.
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Like, it was
Yeah.
like
You just had like a night out on the town. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Molly's
cool.
Molly's drinking again. 80 years sober, down the drain.
No. So both our significant others are sober and remain sober,
Yes.
but it's just cool. So it's obviously we all know that, but yeah, it was cool.
That's awesome. Where'd you go?
We just went out
Sundays.
Yeah, Main Street has a new bar Sundays that we went to.
Oh, nice.
And then to Casa, which had a live band.
Casa was cool.
Yep, I know Casa. I know Wasabi. I don't
Sundays.
know if I think I told you the last time I was in Nyack, I looked up a sushi place. We went to Wasabi. Obviously, passed it so many times as a youngin, but never went inside that establishment. The food, it's great. But I remember when I was leaving, Christine was like, "Oh, let's walk around." I was like, "I need to get out of here." And she was like, "Why?" I was like, "I don't want people to see me."
Yeah.
I was like,
Yes.
I really thought people like are just gonna pass by and see me, and I was like, I don't want to be seen.
That's
like,
the best.
I do not want people coming up to me like, "Why?"
So Dan doesn't live where we all grew up anymore, so he's coming back to town, and that was the best part of that story. I think is just like because that's a main drag, right? I guess you could.
Yeah, dude.
No,
it was the middle of the day. It was the weekend. It wasn't like nightlife. Like I'm walking into a nightlife. I don't want to say I guarantee it. I'm more likely to see somebody if I was walking around at night. But I just didn't have the I didn't have the social equity. I don't know the best language. I didn't have enough in the piggy bank to want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Like that. So,
no one wants to have forced small talk. It's the worst.
Right.
Yeah, with somebody you haven't seen in a really long time.
Yeah. Hey, you.
You want to know what's crazy, bro? Tom, I don't know if you remember this. It just
What's
popped
his
in my mind
name?
because what? You remember when like Joe Fails just like disappeared?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that was post like college, right?
It was like, yeah, we were like of college age, and like he was just gone, and we were just like, where's Joe Fails? Like, oh, he's in like some sober community in Florida.
Was it? That's what it was, right?
That's what it was. Yeah, and then I come down here, and I know people that lived with him. Like I just know people, and it was weird because like obviously I was a different age, and I was like, oh, so this is what he came and did. Like
right.
When I came to treatment down here, I was like,
right.
This is where he went. But at that age, we were like, he got sent away to sober community. It's just like,
it kind of was
what
like
is that?
A recurring thing, right? I mean, maybe he was like one of the first, but then it was just like it's weird. You're hanging out with all these people, and then one day someone's gone, and they're either dead, which is worse, or they went to Florida for a rehab. It's like that's the normal progression.
I have this video. You know how like on Facebook, it gives you the opportunity to share it. It doesn't automatically post it, but you launch your Facebook and it shows you just like a picture from years ago. Yeah, I had this one came up this year. It was New Year's because we all went out to New Year's. I don't remember who was there. There were drugs and booze, and it was great and had a great time. And he was just annihilated, like standing behind this girl who was like bent over like this, and it just showed up on my feed. And I was just like, there he is, dude.
You should upload it to LinkedIn and attach tag him in it.
Yeah, because I've seen him now. He became a Twitch streamer. Like he like plays video games. He became a content creator.
Right.
Yeah, Joe never fails.
That's his name. Joe never fails.
Joe never fails. Yeah, and he went to like TwitchCon and stuff. I don't know if that's what he does. He may have like had a profession on the side.
Oh,
but
Twitch has its own thing. TwitchCon. That's I never heard of that.
Yeah. We're all the streamers, like the partnered streamers. Yeah.
Do you still stream, Dan?
No.
You did for a minute. No.
I did until I got my subscribe button because you have to like meet some prerequisites. But I was just when you're I was chasing the thing. You got to do it for the fun of the game. You know what I mean?
It got not fun.
It got not fun because like you have to chase metrics just to get a subscribe button, so you can even monetize your channel.
Oh, okay.
Just like even on YouTube, we have to get like I don't know 1,000 subscribers or something, or 2 million views. Like you have to like
Oh yeah, but we have a subscribe button. You had to get metrics to get a subscribe button.
Yeah, so you can't monetize your stream other than you can put like buttons for donations on Twitch.
Did you get directly the subscribe button?
I got the subscribe button, but I was so burnt out about the commitment to get the subscribe button that I never really started streaming after I got the subscribe button.
Yeah.
So tell me more about this button for donations and
and how we can get that.
how do we do that?
Are you really? You want to solicit a what are those things called?
No, it's not time. It's not time.
It's not time.
Patreon.
A Patreon? A patron?
Yeah, well,
patron.
Patreon. It's a play on the word, but it's Patreon.
How many do you subscribe to, if any, Danny?
Do I subscribe to?
Yeah, if any.
Oh no. I used to.
Yeah, I have one, and like it makes me realize, like, yeah, people not obviously for us, but it makes sense. Like it's a model. Like you pay $5 to get content from someone you really like.
Yep.
And then them like times what 50,000.
Yep.
Like this one comedian makes more. They make like $300,000 a month on Patreon.
Yep.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, Patreon takes they come up, you have a cut. Like they take their cut, you know what I mean? And you get your cut. And yeah, but there's obviously perks. You like call those people out on your stream, or they get special stuff. You usually incentivize them. They don't obviously people can just give you money, but you incentivize them to be like a patron in some way, shape.
Because some of the YouTube golf guys that I follow, like they have you could do a monthly like Patreon thing, I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But like you subscribe to the channel for free. It's like you get exclusive content if you do that.
Yep.
Like,
or you get it early or something like that.
I don't really need it.
You know what's really
I like your YouTube channel. Like
I wish I knew about this when I was younger, or like when it was actually like really, really popular. So I watch a lot of car creators, like not so much motorcycles anymore because I'm not into that as much, but sports cars that they modify. Like they'll buy a car from scratch and then modify it in 2 weeks, and it's completely modified and custom car at that point. Like what was that show with Exhibit? West Coast Customs. It's like that, but like modern.
Yes.
Yeah. West Coast Customs Exhibit.
That show
Remember that?
That show was good.
Anyway,
Pimp My Ride? Was that?
Huh? Oh no, that's Pimp My Ride. Yeah, Pimp My Ride. And they use West Coast Customs. That's the that was it. Well said. So these YouTube channels, what they'll do is they set up these web stores. So you can't, if you pay me money to potentially win something, that's gambling, right? So you can't have gambling, but they set up a sweepstakes. So the only thing that makes something difference between a sweepstakes and gambling is I need to have a way for people to submit entries for free. I promote my paid entries right on my channel. But there's a little fine print, and people could submit entries for free and still win the car. But what they do is they set up these online stores and fill it up with merch, all surrounding the cars on the channel, or like custom designs and all of this stuff. And then every dollar you spend is 5 entries, 5 entries to win the raffle. So to speak, win the sweepstakes. Or if people donate to their Patreon, that's entries. So like, there's all these ways to paid entry, but there is still the sweepstakes. So there is a free way to enter. You don't have to buy anything to enter to win the car. And then typically it is someone who bought I bought a t-shirt or I bought a keychain, and then they win a fucking $50,000 car. Right. And then they make content, they fly them out, and then they give them the car.
Right.
So, it's just super cool because like they're not you're not
so maybe it's different because the ones I listen to, they have like the first hour of their pod on Spotify, and then if you subscribe to the Patreon, it's just another hour of the podcast. Like there's nothing giveaway, nothing. It's just good content.
Yeah,
so maybe I don't know.
Yeah. I just thought it was cool that people get it. Just who doesn't want a chance to win a car,
right?
And especially like a car community enthusiast and stuff like that. So like now all these different channels do that. Yes, and then they just use the YouTube videos of them modifying the car as content
to get more.
So they monetize that too. So it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really sick. But
so you don't think like the minuscule chance of winning it? You don't think it's like a false hope sort of thing, because like you're probably not going to win the car. Like it's like a lottery, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I've only bought one if I like the actual merch.
Yeah. So you're getting a good thing anyway.
Yeah. I was gonna buy it if I would have bought exactly. If I would have bought
extra
the thing
anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of merch, look at your little. Maybe you've worn it before, but now that I know the band.
Oh, I wore this.
Deep token.
Yeah, have you worn it every bunch? No.
When we were on the cruise, I've had this shirt for a while.
Oh, sweet! Now I know what it is.
Yes, that's their symbol.
I can't believe Michael didn't see the mask you were holding up for like 5 minutes.
Well, it was less than 5 minutes, and then I got a good look at it. But I was watching I was kind of enamored by him playing piano. I thought that was a really good song and a pretty cool video.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one I like the most. I wanted to give that other one a second listen, but I never got around to it.
Yeah, I want you to experience the metal piece at some point, but we could do that when you visit, and I pick you up from the airport, and you really can't get out of the car. Like, you can't escape.
That's that's the perfect scenario to do it, I would say.
Yeah, just fucking. Do you guys blast your music when you're by yourself?
In the new car, dude, the speakers are sick.
So yes.
Because no one else enjoys it. Like, no one else... Because I don't ride with my boys, like they are like, "Can you turn it down?"
Yeah, they're like,
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So I have to be alone, and it's going to be loud.
Well, I guess even if your kids are not there, can you crank it?
Yeah, no, still no. I mean, I have to be alone. I'm saying no one in my orbit.
Yeah,
like,
my wife doesn't like it loud either in the car.
Right.
So
okay.
KP
lets me vibe.
Christina's the misnomer. She likes
she definitely lets me
headbang.
vibe.
You know, it's sick.
Yeah.
Well, she's vibing too. She's vibing.
She's
too.
vibing.
She's not letting you vibe. She's vibing with you.
Speaking of being clutch, she comes in clutch all the time, dude. So I think the day that they released that song, the fourth song, YouTube made me cut it from the fucking video because RCA owns that record now, and RCA
really?
copyright. Yeah, I had to cut that whole section.
So it just cut like hard cuts from one
hard
part
cuts.
Oh, interesting. That happens on big pods too. I see that all the time. So
people got away with it. They were putting some overlay over the video, and I guess that was tricking the copyright claim. And I just didn't do that.
I wonder if us talking over it, that's cool for just audio copyright.
Oh yeah, it was because it was both the audio,
it was the video, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was because it was the video, correct?
Which part was cut?
Emergence, the final song that I showed you got cut.
The burning flag, I think.
And you uploaded it with that, and YouTube just cut it. Did they tell you?
And they say, because there's two different type of copyright claims. One, you can't monetize this video, which is common because you have somebody else's content. Two is just like you can't even publish this video, and that was the one.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah. Because the first three got copyright claims, but the fourth one, they're like, you cannot publish this video. No one will see this video unless you cut this out.
What about on Spotify?
Wow.
Spotify, I've never had copyright issues.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why.
So Spotify has that song on the pod? On that version of the upload?
I did not upload that one yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Maybe they pay the artist.
Maybe.
Because they already have the
music on there. You might be right.
Yeah.
So you have to upload to all the individual platforms like separately?
Yeah, even the socials. Unless I buy software.
This is where we need.
I've already bought this, so
this is where we need a software like Woof, like in The Office, like Ryan's talking about. He's like trying to get. They're talking about it. If Kelly's trying to get
The
in touch
Office
with
is
Ryan.
Just a show?
He's like, and I text him. Yeah, The Office show. I text him.
The Office in the national conversation sounds like your
office. I text him.
him.
I email him. I call for him. Ryan. It's like I sound like a little dog. It's like, oh, Woof. That's how we got the name. And so it's like, send me a Woof, and it sends to all your devices at once.
Yes. It's when Ryan's trying to be cool and think of apps, right?
Yeah. And then he gets everybody to invest.
That's sick. Yeah, you could buy software to all your socials in one place, but I've been doing it separately. And you can't schedule a post on Instagram, so I keep them in the drafts and then just publish them when I think about it.
Sweet, cool.
But we have content for days coming out. We're always making clippies. Real quick before we get into Severance. So the Emergence song came out. They announced that they were doing a stadium tour at that day. They also announced the release of an album. When they announced the stadium tour, you could sign up via Spotify or Apple Music to get a pre-sale code. I did not get a pre-sale code. Christina got two, one for Spotify, one for Apple, and that's what allowed us. We got tickets to Orlando, literally right next to there's the pit, and then the row right behind the pit with actual seats. In Orlando, we're a little bit off to the right, but in Oakland, we're front and center.
That's sick.
Yeah. Super sick.
Have you seen them yet or no?
No. They put. I did not know.
Why?
Okay. Because they didn't come that. They didn't.
I was late to worshiping.
I'm like, dude, did you just start worshiping?
No.
Yeah.
They did their American tour. The furthest south that they were coming was Baltimore. The furthest out that they were coming was Baltimore, and tickets were $500. And at that time, I'm like, it's a little steep. Regret it completely. I would have bought. They've also played at Radio City Music Hall, which I wish that is the one I went to.
That would have been cool.
How much are the tickets you just bought?
$310.
Okay, that's less than $500.
Oh, the last tour, people were already reselling them. Like we didn't get the original, so we were buying resale.
But
they made a deal with Ticketmaster. Oh, what do you mean?
When you first came out last time, why didn't you get it?
Because I didn't know about it at the time. I wasn't. I'd only listened to Take Me Back to You, and I hadn't listened to all the albums. I wasn't full. Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of worship mode, no, I wasn't.
That's where I'm getting. Like, what timeline is this? Like a couple months ago, a year ago? Like how long you been worshiping?
Token end of 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they've been around.
I only listened to the one album that had just came out, and then I was like, oh shit, there's more, and then I went through the whole experience.
When did you get your first mask?
I got all three at the same time. Those are Christina got them like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Those are new masks. Okay.
Yeah, those are new masks.
Wait, is she a worshiper?
No, she worships her husband.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. We do both enjoy the
she's a
Lord very, very
worshiper?
much. Because she'll just hit me up randomly. She's like, I really think this song is from this person's perspective. Because you don't know the Lord, so I'm not going to spoil anything. But she's like, I really think this song is from this person's perspective. What do you think? And then I'm like reading the lyrics, and I was like, I think you're right. I think you're right. I don't think that's from Vessel's perspective.
Yeah, babe. I think you're
Yeah,
fucking
babe,
right.
I think you fucking nailed it because I never even thought of that.
Nailed the lore, fellow worshiper. I mean, dude, like honestly, marketing wise, these crazy guys have nailed it because look, it's totally
It's a
playing
phenomenon.
into
yeah,
like not video game culture, but you know what I mean,
yeah, nerd culture.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's essentially Mandalorian with all the different fucking evolutions of his mask and shit like that.
Now he's all golden.
Now it's gold. Like don't know how that happened.
Yeah, he was kind of like a pitiful guy through most of his songs. I mean, it's just the way there's a lot, he's like the low man between the relationship with this other thing. Like he's like the desperate one. And now in his new form, emergency doesn't sound desperate. He sounds like he's like evolved. So
that's why I think of video games. It's like he's an avatar and he's like getting skins and you know, or whatever.
Sure.
And then so Coheed did this throughout their career, but they did it
100%.
with they have their own story throughout their whole that follows through every album, right? And it's like, so it's not him, it's not the singer, but it's characters he created. So it's like a different, you know, but I've always been impressed by that, or any concept album, you know, has always impressed me. So
very similar idea with Coheed.
Did you?
I never listened to the. I never paid attention to the lore. It was just like the music of Coheed, right?
So Coheed and Cambria are the main characters, and they're on this space adventure, and there's a real story from 1 to 5
from the beginning. Okay, yeah.
And second stage turbine was the second the second part of it.
Yep.
And then In Keeping Secrets of Silence 4, right, is the fourth part or whatever it is.
In Keeping Secrets, and then Good Apollo on Morning Star 4.
Or Morning Star. Yeah, and then I think me and Michael talked about this, but did you know, Dan, that Coheed's getting the key to the city?
You said that. Yeah, you said
did we say that last time?
On the pod, yeah.
Oh, we did.
Which is just crazy.
Right.
But awesome.
It's awesome. I'm glad they finally are not ashamed of where they come from.
Yeah. Oh, one cool thing Sleep Token did. Tickets were purchased through Ticketmaster for transferable. You can't resell them. You can transfer, but only at the cost that you paid for them.
That's weird.
They like set that. The artist decides when they release like tickets.
Yeah.
If they want to do that.
So how do they not do? There's something more to that, because then everyone would just do that. Like I was just reading articles about like how, you know, Taylor Swift or whatever, like they're trying to figure out how that to not do secondary
tickets
market.
are non-transferable. That's what it is. The tickets are non-transferable.
No, I know, but so is like when we were young. Like I guess there's big workarounds big enough to like where artists are still trying to figure out. Maybe that's a huge deterrent. But I don't know. I
know Christina told me there are some states where the state laws are different where you can transfer them. So in certain states they can be resold. But there's all these people that bought these tickets on SeatGeek thinking that they're going to get resold tickets from somebody who got pre-sale. And then they're like, nope, can't fulfill this order because they're non-transferable or whatever that is. So all these people are mad on SeatGeek now because they aren't going to actually be able to get tickets and stuff. But
StubHub is going public.
Oh,
is
it
good
really?
or bad?
Yeah. So they had like a net loss this year, but the prior year they had like a huge profit, like 300 million or something, and they reported a loss. But anyway, it's lowering their IPO. So
yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Just a little stock news.
last time I messed with an IPO was Rivian, and that was not a good idea.
Yeah, you held on. You held the bag.
Held on for way too long.
Yeah.
The bubble burst.
It went from 20 to 120 back to 15, and you had to sell at 120.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Rivian cars, I like their trucks, dude. I see them, and I'm like,
too, man.
Well, there's no cashing out now because I mean
I can tell you what
I don't need the $700 that I have left of that. So
it's only been 5 years.
I would 100% get a Rivian over a fucking Cybertruck, bro. I hate.
Dude, so we're in the showroom the other day, and just looking at the Cybertruck, I'm like,
over there.
I would never own one, but it's so interesting just from like
Sure.
a outlandish like
Yep.
it's insane. It's like a
Yep.
tank. It's like
a tank. The cool thing is the retractable bed has that retractable thing on it. That part's cool.
it just like it does look like it's not practical. It does look so I don't know the right word, but it's not like ugly. It's just like so weird. I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost offensive when I see it. I'm like,
Part of the
oh,
future.
I'm like offended when I see that fucking cyber.
But it's like in a sci-fi movie, like Blade Runner.
Yeah. It looks like a Mars rover. Yeah, it looks like it does not
Right.
belong on this planet. Yeah.
Right.
Which could be the whole point, right?
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking to my mother-in-law, and she's like, "I want that." She's like, "Oh, you got Teslas?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I always wanted a Tesla," and I was like, "Oh, which one? The Model X, the Model Y, whatever." She was like, "No, that one, that huge one." I was like, "You want a Cybertruck?" I was like, "That would be just
And
like
then,
like
the
a
top of the line version
man.
of it's called the Cyber Beast. Like, what the fuck?
You don't like the name,
No, it's too memey, dude. I don't.
dude? That's all.
He is a meme, but yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, interesting.
It is funny that Mike Myers plays him on Saturday Night Live.
Dude, he's so good. If you haven't
So
seen
good.
it,
Elon Musk is Dr. Evil. Basically.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he
yeah.
sounds like Dr. Evil.
Yeah,
$1 bajillion. It's fucking
exactly.
nuts, man.
That's
it's
crazy.
so nutty. All right, we want to talk. Want to talk Sevy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is episode 4, Emergency Pod.
Well, it's not an emergency after we chit chat for half an hour, so it's just a pod now.
Michael wanted to get into it right away.
Emergencies have a lot more. They're emergent. They're happening now. It's happening half an hour later.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
You know what? You should. Can you flip the pod? Can we sever the pod?
Memento this bitch? Yes.
Can we sever the pod and put this first?
Benji Button this baby.
The cold start will be when Tom is asking Jacqueline if she's leaving the room, and then we'll go right into the severance portion, and then we'll go into the other stuff.
Whatever the fuck that was for 30 minutes.
I'm not going to do that.
And then this whole discussion about it, you just delete this.
Give it to Michael. Tell him to chop it up.
Yeah,
and when he
figure
gets
it out.
back.
Yeah, you know what?
All right, let me just save. I'll save the back end code here.
Enhance.
AI save back end code.
Dude, just like a fun. I still work with a lot of developers, but their best thing in movies that they saw was like, there's one guy on a computer, right, and he's just typing away and things are moving, and then one nerd goes up, he's like, "Let me help you," and he types on the same keyboard, and it makes the computer go faster.
So two hands at the same time.
Or 4 hands at that point. It's so because no one knew what computers were in the 80s, so you could do anything.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's so, and there's multiple movies like that in the 80s that you just see that. It's great. It's great.
Here's this movie. I don't know.
Let's keep delaying.
Yeah. All right, Cold Harbor. Harbor. Okay.
So first impressions of the episode.
First impressions. Yeah.
Yeah, Danny, you go.
I thought it was a fantastic finale. I am upset with another cliffhanger, but I get it. I thought it was a great episode, and Mr. Milchick's scene was iconic.
Yep, dude, I thought it was nearly a perfect episode.
Yeah,
I was so happy, just so happy with it.
Yeah,
I was pretty blown away with the entire episode. I was telling Tom I was watching it downstairs, and then Molly came down and she was kind of fiddling around, folding laundry or whatever, and then similar to what happened with Tom and Jacqueline just now. I was like, "Do you want?" But I kicked myself out. I was like, "Do you want me to go upstairs?" Well, I'll go upstairs. I was like, I needed to focus.
Yeah.
He wasn't even doing anything. I was just me and the TV, and then there was
we watched several on the big TV in the dark feed.
Yeah,
that's great.
I should have done the dark too, but you know what? I downloaded season 1 and 2 because I'm going to the DR tomorrow, and I'm taking those with me. I think I'm gonna rewatch it right away.
I'm gonna rewatch the first episode. First season, but I watched the first 20 minutes, and then I had to go play a tennis game. But 25 minutes in, I pause it, and I'm smiling. I'm I'm so happy this episode's so good. And I left.
Yeah.
And I was just it was so good.
Yeah, I mean, you knew it was gonna be. That's why I didn't really mind those 2 pacing episodes and the setup episode. It just annoyed me at the time because I wanted something more.
But there's gratitude when you see the finale that so many
100%,
things are tied up. So
it changed my.
It's a feature film at that point.
It changed my
got
opinion.
An hour
it changed my opinion of episode 9 for sure.
For sure, I'm with you. Yeah.
That's one discussion point that I think is valid. So Netflix came out and they're like, we're gonna release every episode of every show at once, and everyone's like, this is fucking awesome. And then other streamers did that, but then they started doing weeklies, and I think weeklies are better, depending on the show. But I do think weeklies are better. I think it's a different experience when you're watching something over months. You and your friends are waiting for it to drop. You all watch it, you digest it for a week, you read, and that's such a better experience for me than watching a thing in a day and then kind of forgetting about it next week, you know?
That's fair. Even though I did watch season 1 in a day. That's
what I did. It's a different experience. I mean, you probably know.
We watched season 1 in a day, and then season 2 was just coming out, so we got to watch episode 1.
I watched the first
so there was no wait,
then,
right? Because obviously people complained how long there was.
Dude, I waited 3 years ago. I was the only person. I was like, dude, why is no one watching this? Like in my friend group.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get people to watch. I was trying to get Mike all. He's like, no. And then he's like, Apple, how much is that? $5.99? No. I'm like, let's not get into what that
sounds like something I would say.
I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I'm going play $1,000 around of golf, but
that's
all right, whatever.
Priorities, dude.
That's key. That's key. That's not me.
But yeah, dude. So like 3 years was terrible. So that's a difference between seasons. That's even another topic. But
correct.
Just weekly is a good time frame to digest.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So we know
there's a saturation of content or the brain that happens when you watch all of this that you don't pick up on everything that is very, very intended. While we have a week to a week to dial in. That's so true. I remember watching Red Wedding for the first time week over week when Red Wedding came. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the first time I remember you showed me Game of Thrones. We watched it. We binged episode. Season 1 was already fully out. We watched it at your house, at your parents' house. And then just for the rest of Game of Thrones, we were just normal viewers. And then COVID happened, and people were like, "Oh, I want to watch Game of Thrones," and people didn't have to wait for anything, and it was just a drastically different experience.
Yeah, that's why. I appreciated the whole journey the last 3 months. So that was cool. But yeah, so to get into the episode, so many things to talk about. Should we just talk about Milchek's thing real quick? Or not real quick, but first, like that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude. I guess I don't know if like someone emailed them. They're like, we really like the music dance experience from season 1. Can you like do something like that again?
Well, I think
because it's like out of place, but it's not because we.
No, they were talking about. They were talking about like what they were going to do, like it's about the completion of the file or whatever.
Yeah.
So like they were going to do something, and like how are we gonna
make this momentous?
Yeah, and they even talk about it after the episode, like how we're gonna up the the dance party or whatever. And like and the creator says like someone just threw out marching band, and they were like, yes, like it was like one person said, how about a marching band, and they're like. Yes.
Yeah, it made me love Milchek so much. I mean, I've already loved him as a character.
Dude, but everything that scene with him in the fake cure too, like
so good.
Was that all pre-recorded or did like he?
I don't think that's pre-recorded.
No, it's live.
So.
Someone's talking because he.
I think that's probably someone like from the board or whatever. Like
Well, because Milchek was reading off the cards, but then obviously went rogue when he got pissed off about what comment.
This is how verbose you are.
Yeah, that's what pissed him off.
Yeah.
Oh, I read such a good.
Well, he just got written up in his in his scorecard about using too many big words.
And that was a cool thing. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm just going to keep doing it.
I'm going to keep doing it." Yep.
And someone said a good thing. So they pointed out that Cobell and other people use big words, right? And this is a thing about probably him being black that like, hey, or just not really in the family, right?
Yeah.
So we're telling you not to use big words, even though we do.
Yeah.
Because we want you to know you're not
the same. Yeah.
So it's
100%.
not even,
like when he got those
canonicalized artistry pictures.
What was the first word? That was a
They're like, we
Milchek word.
Yeah, that's what he said. We recanonicalized. We recanonicalized. We recanonicalized. Recommissioned. Maybe it was recommissioned.
Recommissioned. I'm pretty sure it was just like recommissioned.
No, recanonicalized means like we retold the entire story from scratch because canon, right?
No, but like that. So like this is like it's something that you don't even have to like. Oh, is this? Is there a race in this? Like there obviously is.
My water.
And he talks to who he talks to. What's the woman's name?
Headset lady.
No, that's not her name.
Oh,
well, because
Who is headset lady?
Well, because Devin's husband is like into her. She has a name. Like what?
Natalie. Her name's Natalie.
Yes. So he asked Natalie. He's like, "How did you feel when you got the pictures?"
And she just stares at him.
She didn't really answer because she's
Yeah. So it's
she's
almost like
she's
it's
completely.
almost like, but I think it's this unspoken thing that they both agree with each other and have the same stance with
100%.
no language at all.
Yeah,
Yep,
100%.
yep.
Mhm.
She's just
Exactly.
smiling at him. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another thing. So someone in season 1, I think, or early season 2 was like, "Oh, when we finish our files, we had the statue of Kier in our office," or something like that. So they even knew that was going to happen. Like they
Okay.
set that up a season ago.
Right,
Whereas,
right.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
okay.
that's cool. Yeah. Maybe
Interesting.
they
So,
didn't know the marching band, but they knew something like that was going to
Yep.
happen.
So before we get into
Or the artwork when he comes off the elevator, bro.
Oh,
Bro.
Yeah.
I want to make that the background of my computer. That was
Dude,
it was fucking
crazy.
unbelievable. Wait, did you know like that on the left side it was like everything that Audi Mark would remember, and then the right side was everything that any Mark would remember?
Yeah, something like that.
Something
wait.
like that.
Let's
No,
see.
no,
Yeah,
no. Everything that any Mark would remember from the outside.
Well, they had Devin on there, right? And Rickon.
Evan's friends. They had their friends.
Whoa.
Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca. They were all the way in the
The,
back.
the other three,
Yeah.
they were in the back left, like all the way in the back. Like
Yeah, let's get a
so how
blow up.
would they know that? How would
Because
they know that?
control everything.
Obviously, they know everything, but how do they know that specifically? Because
No, I think they control the town. That's my theory. Like,
Oh,
they
okay.
really
Yeah. All right, so back here,
there you go.
those are the friends.
Enhance.
This is
Enhance,
enhance. Do you want me to
Enhance.
type on your keyboard with you?
enhance.
I can't.
That's enhanced. That's as enhanced as it gets.
This is enhanced. Okay,
Okay.
these three are friends from the. No, these four are friends from the party. These three are MDR2. We'll call them.
Yep. The
Dude,
replacements.
yo, they were on what episode? They're famous. That's
Yeah, they're like
crazy.
one episode. Yeah. Yep.
Anyway,
I forgot who this blonde woman is.
I think she's one of the replacements. No,
No, because there's only four of them.
that must be Devin. That's Devin. Nope, Devin's
No,
right next to Rick.
Devin's right here. Yeah.
Who's the blonde woman?
I
Anyway.
forgot who that is. Oh, that's it's Gwendolyn Christie's character, the sheep person. Oh no,
Yes.
she's over here. No, she's over here.
Okay, then no.
Yeah, she's any.
If only we could zoom in a little bit.
But there's innies over here too.
There is?
Wait, what? Yeah, those MDR2 are innies, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes, those are
Yeah.
all indies, but these are all.
Then we have O&D right here. We got PD, Cobell, MDR1. We got Rickon and Devin, and then
Oh no! So this is what it is. These are all of like people that Mark knows on the inside, and the right side's all like Lumen management or people that work.
like
in,
Lumen
in,
people,
in other departments. Yeah,
including their people from the Ortbo that they had pointing
Yep.
in the different directions.
Yep.
Annie has to say that one time an episode.
Yeah. Yep. Mhm.
And then
And then up here, Helly is up here. Helena is up here.
Helly. So Helly is in the center between
Helena's up there.
Helena's up here.
Helena's up there between
Kier and James.
Kier and James. So why is she at the center?
Because that's her Audi up there.
But
Yeah,
why is she
she's
at
the
the,
next-
but why is
she's
she at the
supposed to-
center? Why is she at
She's
the
supposed to be
center?
Oh,
taking
yeah.
over. She's taking over Lumen. That's
Or is she going to be the revisioning of Kier, even though James seems to not love her anymore?
yeah.
Anyway, can we talk about the conversation between Innie and Audi Mark first?
So
Is that-
good. So good.
That was
so good.
masterclass acting.
Yep.
I mean,
And
that-
funny and comedy. It
Yeah.
was so funny, dude. Oh.
It was really good, and like when they first, like just like the way it was paced too. Like when
They did the
first-
red and blue thing again.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
with
it
the
was
fire
flipped. It
and
was
the-
flipped, Danny. It was flipped. Audi, yeah, 100%. Audi Mark red.
Oh, it was blue. Audi Mark
Yes,
was blue.
yes.
And, yep. Yeah.
Audi
Yep.
signifies dark, and that was with the outside, like
Yep.
or black
And the
or
blue.
blue. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that was Audi Mark, and that's usually the Innie color. So it's kind of
Sure,
like
sure.
flipped.
Yep.
My,
Yep.
my favorite part, he goes, yeah, we'll just reintegrate. And Andy Mark's like, oh, cool. But
What is
how is that exactly going to work? Like, he
Like, how do I know it's
yeah.
a real thing?
it was so
No, but
good.
yeah. He's like, yeah, but tell me more about that.
Yeah, tell me more. No, how exactly will that, like, it was so good because he didn't just be like, oh, yeah, okay. And it was
Yeah.
funny. And I love
Yeah.
that. It's
Yeah.
so good.
And it's completely understandable why any Mark would want to preserve his existence.
100%. Yeah,
It's
no,
completely normal.
You're not just asking him to like do your solid and help me get my wife back. It's
I'm
like,
asking you to die.
to die.
It's essentially and like probably could have done some things or said some things differently to not like give it away or not make it seem like that. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
they were
but
very
it was so honest that
Yeah.
And as soon as he called Helene, it was done.
Yeah.
It was done.
Yeah.
He was like, you don't actually give a shit about me because you, right? Getting somebody's name wrong is like a massive disrespect.
Yes. And he also said like, oh, well, you have, I have that 1,000 times more. That was also kind of, we were very condescending.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
That was also like, fuck, dude. So people got so mad. They're like, Any Mark's evil. Why do you do that? But it makes so much sense.
Not
like,
even
wait, they got mad about the end of the episode?
Or just Any Mark at that point, right? Like being like, no. And then later, obviously, making the I think it makes total sense. I was telling Jacqueline this. I was like, he does not know Gemma at all.
Nope.
And there's the woman he loves right there. Like who anyone anyone would do that.
Yeah, like he knows Miss Casey as his sometimes weird therapist.
Well, they wake up. I mean, we go through all that, but it's also crazy how many times they flip in an episode, right? And like those are different characters that the actor also has to portray, right?
Yeah.
So,
but the amount of times that they had to flip in this episode, I could not believe it.
Right. Just that's what I'm saying. So much flip.
Yeah.
Any and Outy's marks was like massively done. How do you feel about how Cobell revealed what Cole Harbor was? Did you think it was done well or done properly?
No, I think it was perfect because like I think you needed context of exactly what was going on to really like buy into like how they were going to wrap everything up. Like if you still didn't know what Cold Harbor was by the time that he's in there and finishing the file, like that would be way more frustrating.
But we still don't know what it means to finish the file other than a celebration.
Yes, we do. What are you talking about? We know exactly what it means to finish the file.
What
does it mean?
So they're each different.
Oh, that part I'm with you. Creating different severed. Yes.
No, we know that.
What happened to Gemma after the files were complete, or what was supposed to happen?
Oh, so the sacrificial goat was going to basically carry Gemma's dead soul to Kier, because what was going to happen is they were going to extract the chip from Gemma's head. So that's what they were going to do. It had 25 different modes. Like if you're giving birth, if you're flying on a plane, blah, blah, blah. They were going to mass produce that chip. So in extracting the chip, which they've never done,
would kill somebody.
Would more than likely kill them. So that's what the sacrificial goat was for. And
wait, what's the goat for?
The goat was meant to guide your spirit. It's like a devil.
No, but I think that's more.
There's definitely more. We don't know yet.
No. I think that goat part is more figurative and metaphorical and symbolic and real. They don't do anything with the goat, actually.
No, they were going to kill the goat.
No, I know, but that doesn't literally do anything.
No,
oh, okay. I thought that's what you were saying.
No, it's a ceremony. It's a ceremony.
No, okay. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah,
that goat.
He's gonna guide a very.
I thought you believed that for a second.
No, that's what they believe is happening.
But we don't know what's going to happen with Gemma. No one said it. There's a theory that that they take the chip out, right, and mass produce it. But there's also other theories of like.
I think they talked about that. They said something that they were going to take the chip out. I forget where. And I don't even know if it was in this episode, but I'm pretty sure.
I know.
I do not remember them talking about taking.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Really.
Yeah.
But I do know they said if they take the chip out, it's like a butterfly clip, so it would kill you. I know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that was season 1, but yeah, I think that's I've read a lot too. Is like. She told Mark what Cold Harbor was. Everybody knew what it was, kind of. Right? It was good to hear, but like but what Danny's saying is we don't know. Still, like, what is it passing Kier's existence? Is it massive producing a chip? Right. Like we don't know what.
We don't know what.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I think, because there's other seasons. I think we learned a lot. Like that's
that's really my only question. We still don't know the greater plot at hand. The greater plot.
No, I don't think we're supposed to. But what? So actually, we were kind of wrong on our theories about what Cold Harbor was. You thought it was like experience dying. So what it really was could they block something so traumatic as losing a child and then do things to specifically make you remember that experience and not be able to have any association with how it made you feel.
Exactly.
So
so it was what we thought, but indirectly, right?
Yeah.
It was like,
and this brings into the question, Irv. because Irv's some of his Audi, and he was bleeding into his Audi, so it's almost like Irv would not have passed that test, like Gemma did.
Yeah, and
Because
that's why. And Cobell was really surprised to hear that. Like she was like, "What?"
Wait,
Remember
what'd she hear?
in the cabin when Mark?
Oh yeah, because he knew about. He's like, oh yeah, we know about the exports.
Oh, you mean like in Irvin's drawings? And then Cobell was like, Cobell was like, what?
Caught off guard. Yeah,
Right.
that's true. You're right.
So that's not supposed to happen.
Not supposed to happen
because it's not perfect. So I read this thing like there's other MDRs, they've done this before and have never passed that stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's been like they're so like people are
that's
like
why it's momentous, basically.
Right. Like there's other severed teams, there's other files.
Yeah.
They're doing this all across, they could be doing this thousands of times, right? And it just like this was the perfect case because it was like a husband and wife. It was a husband refining the wife, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. The baby goat scene, I was really again like hurting small animals, kind of not.
There's no way they were gonna let that happen. So what happened instead was,
dude, the best. The best.
Oh my god! Like going in. First of all, the scene with Drummond and Mark S. Like Drummond's like, "We don't need you anymore. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
I'm gonna murder you."
Yeah, and then
I'm murdering you.
And then Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah,
coming in. That same yell that she had, like that.
Yeah,
that's like
it was like her and the Hound all over again.
100%. That's exactly the fight scene I thought of.
Ah! Yeah, I think from the moment that Mark is like trying to climb to the vent, which is hilarious. Like from that scene to like him accidentally killing him, that was all like a great comedy fight.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Like it's so. And I think the funniest part of the episode, he's walking down the hallway with his name's Drummond, right? The goon.
Yeah, Drummond. Yeah,
Drummond.
And the Brianna Tarth is like, the name's Elise or whatever of the goat. He's like, oh, okay.
The door just closes.
He's like,
no, she says, "Elise thanks you." He's like,
"Yeah,
Elise." He's like,
"The goat."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
It's so good. It doesn't matter to him. He's like, what?
No.
Cool.
He's like, why are you telling me this?
That pistol's like that, like cattle prod. That what's his name?
I do look forward
to.
I do look forward to learning more about the goats. That's for sure. I think that's going to be pretty.
I think
the goats. That's the point of the goats.
But I think there's gonna there's gonna be more about the goats in season 3. It's still just so weird. There has to be. It's like I was talking to Marielle about it, and she's like, I don't get what the goats. So I explained to her like the sacrifice, whatever, blah blah. Not that I thought that the goat was going to walk Gemma to the afterlife.
I think that's what I thought. And you switched it, but
there has to be something else.
The trauma of being, dude. So like, Audi Mark is going to have to live with murdering somebody.
Well, no, I read so. Well, maybe I think that might be true, but I read like the actual murder happened in the exact transition moment.
Yeah, so he doesn't remember doing it. Like
but he sees. Oh, he does not. You're right.
Dude, that's already.
He doesn't realize that he did that. Yeah,
right. Shot happened from twitching from
changing,
like while he's in. So it's like, no one, like neither of them murdered him, which is so interesting.
Well, that makes it crazier. You're being mommy and you have this guy's fucking bleeding on you.
Loophole.
Yeah, dude. No. And then the other, I think there's like 4 comedy moments that I like laughed out loud. The other one was him pointing the gun at the woman and just screaming, like he didn't know what to do with the gun, like it did nothing, and she just ran away.
Like, get out of the way, fucko.
Yeah.
Like the language. So
the use of fucko. Not something I was expecting. Like I love calling people fucko.
What do we think it meant when the doctor was chasing them to the elevator? You're gonna kill them all. What do you think?
So I have my theory. You want to go first?
I want this one's for Tom.
I didn't even know he said that. I thought you said I'm gonna kill them all.
No, he said you'll kill them all.
You'll kill them all.
Whoa. I don't know.
So like, I mean, it's either got to mean.
What do you think?
I think it's either got to mean the 24, 25 now. Personality
versions of Jemmy.
That's right.
Yeah, and some of them, which the doctor became
he was in love with them.
Fond of.
Yeah,
let's just say very fond.
That's what I thought the theory was. Is they were gonna wipe her and just give her to him. That's what I didn't think they were gonna kill her. They were gonna let her be one of her severed versions and then just give her to him. Is what I thought they were gonna do with her.
That's a little more dicey than a lamb sacrifice, dude. You're talking about human trafficking.
Okay. Well, he was obviously super infatuated with her.
Yeah, no, it was. So, but it's either that, right, or if
they pull the shit.
If this all comes to shit, like they escape, then all of the innies, everybody down there is going to die. Yeah,
everybody. Yeah. Which
is there anything else it could be? Like that's what I don't know, but that was definitely very.
It could also just be like, what can I say to make them stop? You know.
Yeah, I've seen a theory. So obviously, James likes Helly better than Helena, which is just very, very, very weird.
Which is cool.
Really cool scene. Really cool scene.
Or like cool concept.
Yeah, and that he says that you have Kier in you. Two things. I have two things. Might be a little.
You sure you don't have a little Kier in you?
Yeah. I think he means not personality wise. He could mean like a baby.
But why would he say they both have the baby in them? Helena and Helly.
Right.
Oh, I thought you meant James.
No.
It's like, oh, James pregnant.
No, it's that she's rebellious. She's strong. She's more of a Kier than Helena is. Like she fucking fights people and kill herself and will attack people and be violent. You know, that's what I got.
Yeah. I think it's that. I don't think James would know she's pregnant right now.
There's this one other callback because I was watching like a recap of the season. So if you remember we talked about this last episode. We know when he was in the diner or the Chinese food place and eating, and when he walks out. Okay, the name of the Chinese place is called Zufu. But Zhu is not lit up. You could just see the Fu. Fu in Chinese means father.
So he's a father.
Yeah, like meaning, and this was after him and Helena had sex, not Helly yet. I think maybe he had sex with both of them, or the one person.
He definitely has.
At that point, he had sex with both at that point.
I don't know. At that point,
no, I know he had sex with Helena.
I think it was just Helena at that point.
Yeah, but so they put, I do think Kelly's pregnant. The eggs. Right. I think there's a lot
of. They're both pregnant. He banged. I mean, he had sex with both of them.
One body. He banged them. He banged them.
They banged them both.
And then, tell you.
Like you mean like we're saying like which bang was the moment of
I'm not. No. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not taking a stance on that per se. Just the fact that it was just another nod that's saying that.
Yes.
Also, I think probably a lot of people looked over how awesome the like the note that Dylan's Audi wrote to his innie was. I thought that was really
cool.
Too.
First off, fuck you.
And and then second off, I get it. Like you know what I mean? Like that's the whole scene was really, really great. And then I didn't notice this, but I think it was pointed out in one of the like videos I watched afterwards, but he didn't check approve or deny.
On the form. I think it's implied that he denied because
he didn't. No, literally at the bottom of the form.
Oh,
he's going to let him check
approve or approve or deny was not. Neither of them were checked. So he's like, I get why you might want to leave. He's like, I get why you might leave, but I think you should stay.
Yeah, that's another example of the innie being the stronger personality, same as Helena and Helly.
Mm-hmm. And then he comes and fucking saves the day and throws the vending machine and keep Miltrick in the bathroom.
That was cool.
That was so sick.
Yeah, I was like, I think he's gonna do that.
So what do we think about? Obviously, when they're escaping and the switching between Mark Scout and Gemma severed, and then right after that, Mark Scout and Gemma together, and then after that, in the elevator, kissing. Going up to the floor, Mark S. and Miss Casey, not knowing what the fuck's happening.
What is going on here, right?
She had that.
Yeah, she's like, what's transpiring or something?
What's transpiring? Yeah,
it's so good. So
it's so good.
First, that the moment, and I love this in movies and series, especially at the moment of Mark and his wife seeing each other for the first time,
like where she recognizes him outside of Cold Harbor.
Yeah.
So like in movies, it's great, and shows it's even longer, right? So you wait till like, Daenerys and John or what, whoever it is, like you see for the first time they're together. Like it was great. That was so emotional. I love that. That was
cool. Dude.
And they don't even get to enjoy it because like right after that, the red light starts going on, so they have to run to the elevator, and then they.
Yep. It's very short lived.
That's when they get a short little whatever.
Tense little moment.
But so like when they go out. Obviously, Helly, G and Mark S had that whole like, meet me at the equator moment or whatever it was. But when he takes her to the stairwell and obviously he doesn't follow her, and then Helly reappears there at the back end of the corridor. Do we think that there's any chance that the Glasgow thing can be enabled at that point? Because the look that she gives Gemma as they're turning to walk away was like really weird.
Some people think that's Helena.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't
by the red light going on over her at the end of the hallway while he's not lit at that moment.
Well, I don't know what to think about red and blue anymore because now red was red was
sure. Yeah.
Maybe that's the point. Maybe the innies are. It's like an uprising, right?
Oh,
like
that is yeah.
So, but like, I thought she was obviously Helly G for the whole part
episode
of and I don't think that, but I'm wondering if the what do they call it? The Glasgow block, right?
Yeah,
I wonder if that was enabled for the end of it because he was probably gonna go through that door.
I don't know any scenario why anyone's gonna help Helly from Lumen at that point in any chain of command because, like, why would someone help Helly at that moment? You know what I mean? Like,
wait, who? Like Mark?
No. You're saying they activated the Glasgow block at the end of that scene, meaning someone at Lumen has to activate that. Why would anyone want to help Helly in that exact moment while they're trying to escape, become Helena versus Helly?
It would have to probably be Cobell, right? If she got some kind of access.
Well, there's the two people in the basement, and there's Jane, or there's James.
Yep.
I don't know. That's the only three people that we don't know.
Jane was too busy yelling "fuck," which was awesome.
Jane was too busy yelling "fuck," and then
all three of them at that point.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
But do you think James would enable the Glasgow block to the version of his daughter that he doesn't love, thinking that she could fix this? That's a really good point, Danny. Like who enabled the Glasgow block because she couldn't do it herself.
I'm not really buying into the Glasgow block. I think that was Helly the entire time.
Okay.
Right. Yeah,
cool.
That's probably what I think. I think it's a cool theory, and it would be interesting if it was.
But I think this is what. So it's also interesting is when that door closes and Mark doesn't go out with Gemma and Miss Casey becomes Gemma again. Gemma, we don't know if Gemma knows that he's severed.
No, I'm pretty sure we know that she has no idea that he's severed.
Yeah, correct. She's like Mark, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So it's heartbreak of the most.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's like, I don't know this bitch. She doesn't know I'm set. It's just like,
yes,
very tense. Very tense.
And that's what like Jacqueline was saying. Like, what do you think? Which way should he have gone? I was like, there's no answer. There literally is no answer.
Yeah.
Like everyone was doing exactly what they were supposed to, which is a testament to the writers. Every character was following exactly what they would have done in a real scenario.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But there's no everyone's hurt. It's like
there's no winning. What do we think? Do you want to take a stab at like where do we think it's going to go,
or just before that? So the equator thing is great.
Yeah.
So
not Truman Show. What's the other one? Sorry, keep going.
No, it's fine. So when they were in the beginning, they were talking about like I think Delaware came up right earlier in the series, and they're like, do you think there's other places? And so they talk about do you think the equator is a continent, right? And maybe it's a building that's so big that it's a continent. Yeah. So that's to do with the building that they're in. Yeah. And then the lumen symbol, it's either in the hallway or somewhere is in the middle, like on the equator. So it's like it's like they're describing their own existence. Like
they're any existence. You mean.
Yeah. And then obviously the equator is where two halves meet. So she goes, meet me at the equator, and they're two halves of a whole.
Yep.
Also the doorway could be considered the equator because that's between Nitty and Natty. So that was just a cool like foreshadow.
Yep.
And it's, if anyone's seen Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, a very famous thing.
That's the movie.
Meet me in Montauk, which then Circus Survive made a song about. So you can connect Circus Survive to Severance, which is sick. Yes, they were saying Severance now has its own Meet Me in Montauk. It's Meet Me at the Equator, which I'm sure is going to spawn like tons of merch and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's cool. So cool.
Yep. I have this other thing up, which is actually really cool.
But also, like when James and what's the doctor's name? When they're trying to get Gemma.
That's so good.
It also like made me feel like the Truman Show because they're trying to get Gemma to not engage with Mark Scout.
He's trying to hurt you.
Yeah, he's trying to hurt you.
Fake.
It's like when the creator of the Truman Show is trying to get Truman to stay and not leave.
Yeah.
And he's like, he does his whole speech and everything, and he thinks he's got him, and he's like, in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and he just walks off set.
That's such a good ending.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I was thinking the guy talking over the speaker was hurting the situation.
Oh, sure.
Because it was
he thought
so
it was
ingenuine.
helping,
Yeah, it was just like such a good example of how fake.
Don't talk to him. Yeah.
He's trying to hurt you, and obviously he wasn't. So
yeah. Yep.
What else? Anything else in this? Oh, maybe I don't think this is a big thing, but like how so the Devin thing turned out to be she's just his sister, right? She's not evil.
Yeah.
Rickon we haven't seen in forever. They did not go anywhere with him.
Nope.
Which I think is fine, but just interesting. And then it's just like I think it's like Devin looks different, like the actress or something. Like they shoot her different too.
Wait, so
like
how do we know that she's not evil and she's just a sister?
or just I mean like nothing said that she said was evil, you know. Maybe she is, but nothing like that went nowhere.
We don't know what happened with like what kind of conversation transpired with Mark Scout, Devin, and Miss Cobell after he made the ultimatum. You know what I mean? After Andy Mark made that ultimatum.
Yeah,
like there could have been something happened there that we don't know about.
Oh yeah, because it just cuts to again
to Mark on the set before,
I love that cut.
Awesome cut.
Love that cut because that's his experience.
Yep. So yeah, we get to experience the cut. One cool thing that I thought a couple more nods. The locker numbers in the locker room are mysterious numbers from the show Lost, suggesting a nod to the fans.
Yeah, so there's tons of Lost allusions throughout the whole series. So in Lost, there was that famous string of numbers that was everywhere, and that's one of them. So like it's cool. They're paying homage to them in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
What did Helena or Helly say to Mark when that's another great scene when he's like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, you should do it because there's a chance you can live. Yeah, right. And he's like, I want to live with you. And a tear rolls down his face. Again, amazing acting, emotional as fuck. Does she say
I'm her?
I'm her. What does that mean?
So I'm Helena. That's what she's saying. She's saying I can't be with you. But that's also one of the things that like, did she mean that literally?
That's what I mean. Like that there's a few things that can mean. So one, it could mean that she's Helena at that moment, which I don't think it is. It could mean that like
she knows that that's her, that's who she is on the outside.
Like no matter what the dynamic is, she's Helena and like, the head of Lumen. She's like, you're in love with somebody, even if my out, you know, like
I don't know.
I wanted to go into some of the theories about what I think could happen.
Yep.
But I don't want to cut off any other.
No. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else in the episode because that was a big moment too. That was so because he was like on the fence and then she told him to do it, which was cool because without that he wouldn't have done it. I don't think.
Yeah, and then but I don't get why then she would go interrupt at the end. Like
exactly.
Like that's what doesn't make sense.
And like so the whole thing that they're running like she's killing him. You know, like when she just said to not do that. She said go. So that's the weird part. That goes back to like that might be Helena.
That's why I think there has to be, or not has to be, but it makes a lot of sense that the Glasgow block was in. I don't know when it was invoked though. Like maybe Helly G didn't know that, and that's why she ran to go find Mark. And that was Helly G at the end, and it was Helena during that scene. Which
there is something weird. Yeah,
for sure.
She goes escape, and then she doesn't make.
She's like, wait.
Yeah. And then where do they go? Like where they did that to survive for like more 10 more minutes.
So that did you guys watch did you watch
that last scene of them running transitions into film? Did you notice that?
I thought it was a painting.
No, it transitioned into film. That's why it's grainy. I saw an interview with this.
Oh, you did? Okay.
But did you watch after the episode? There was like a dive into the episode, like with
you texted me about that
with Adam Scott. So it was really cool, and he was like talking about it. Like Adam Scott was saying this, like he sees this woman he doesn't know, and then makes a decision to return with Helly, and like they're running off into the sunset, but the sunset is the white halls of Lumen, and with red sirens going off, and he's like. In that moment, that he really doesn't think they know what the plan is, but they could possibly be together for another 10 minutes, even.
And that's worth it.
And that was worth it. Yeah, that's his take on it.
I think that's what it is. Yeah,
he would know.
Yeah,
dude, imagine like this is the craziest part about Severance is just like your innie wakes up. Like your innie doesn't experience those time gaps. It's alive the whole time, just like
never sleeps.
It never sleeps. That's basically it. At least if you sleep, like there's a breakup of the day. It's just a stream of consciousness, a stream of time. that literally never ends. So no wonder why he would pick Kelly if he gets to be in this never-ending stream of time that never ends.
Right. That's a good point.
I think it should pick up right where it ends, and there should be like this uprising.
Didn't season 2 do that? Season 2 did
that. I mean, there's this uprising of the innies, and like right now, Milchuk is
maybe that's
he's cornered by a marching band and
celebration and merriment, dude.
Maybe they hold him hostage. Maybe he finally turns. There's a lot of things
I want to talk about that. I was thinking that maybe they keep Helly as Helly. Like James likes Helly more. Maybe they keep Helly as Helly now.
Yep.
And to keep Helly happy as Helly, they let Mark stay in, and now the roles have reversed between Gemma and Mark. Gemma's gonna have to try and get Mark out.
Yeah. Oh, that's 100% what's gonna be season 3.
Yeah. So it's gonna be Gemma, Devin, and Cobell
trying to get Mark out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and he's gonna willingly stay because he will be with Helly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they'll get to experience sleep.
But it's easy to introduce conflict, right? Because like Helly has to sometimes still be Helena, right? So how are they gonna settle Helena versus Helly?
Well, not if what you just said is true. If he likes her better and
if he keeps her as Helly.
Yeah. What if?
Yeah, but I want you to run Lumen as this rebellious thing. Like, how does that work? You know?
What if he's like, in exchange for living with the love of your life and being the innie the whole time and outie, like we'll fuck Helena. It's you now. Just run Lumen.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Nuts, man.
Hopefully we don't have to wait 3 years to find out.
No, they're already writing.
I know, but that's not a thing.
My mom called me today. So my mom's been it's just funny. She also watches the pod, but she's been taking my suggestion on different shows to watch. She obviously took my suggestion on this one, so she binged this all the way through.
Sweet. That is so cool. I was just thinking of her today, by the way.
She maybe 3 or 4 days, because she was like, oh, I'll see if Barry wants to watch it. And then when Barry was just like, I don't care. She was like full bore, right? Because I don't think
Barry.
I don't know if Barry's up to speed to kind of go through this experience. Anyway,
there's a lot going on.
She was telling me today that
Barry about the intro music, by the way, like if that is a perfect note
in terms of theory.
Ask him what he thinks. That's what I meant, like in terms of music theory. Someone said something like
Didn't mean to interrupt, but just
no, that's a really good point. He would know.
She was telling me she saw an interview that Ben Stiller explicitly said that he was not going to make people wait as long as they did between season
100%.
Yeah, she was telling me that today. Because now we all have to wait, and she doesn't want to wait. Like, I don't wait. We don't want to wait.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even if it's 2 years, it's still huge, and it's still less the amount of time. So, like, even though he said that, it could still be.
But, dude, let's talk about this. There's more stuff to watch. Obviously, you still haven't seen Ted Lasso. I don't know if I don't think we would do necessarily a week by week about Ted Lasso, but I really think you should watch Ted Lasso.
Yeah,
but the new show, The Studio. I just saw the preview for that. That looks awesome. Did you see that?
No.
It's Seth Rogen is a studio runner.
Oh, I heard about that.
And there's so many cameos, and I don't know if the actors are playing characters or the actors are playing themselves.
They're playing themselves.
Yeah, like taking place in Hollywood. And I saw so many A-listers.
Yeah. Just on the the lighting of the red lights and the white walls was fucking phenomenal. The whole cinematography, the whole it made it really, really good. I had something else, but I'll think of it.
Yeah. The music choices, I don't remember the music choices were specifically chosen too.
They were so good,
especially during that closing scene.
Yeah, that was like
they've always carefully chosen. Like if they're bringing outside tracks and not original music, they were always carefully chosen. To some
Oh, what are there outside track? Like I never realized. Was there music in the show?
Yeah, I remember the one we talked about this one when the doctor was originally walking with the dental equipment down the exports hall. He was whistling a song about these guys on a boat that just died.
But there's
died at sea.
There's no like popular music in this show, right?
No,
right after he finishes Cold Harbor File, what's the song that starts playing? It's like
oh, the marching band.
No, there's a song before that was playing over the speakers, I think.
Oh yeah. Yes, you're right.
It's like kind of like
Journey or something, or
sorry.
No, like Journey or something. I forget.
Yeah, like it was something like good, like popular.
But that makes sense.
Like, yeah, like very triumphant.
Right. I forget.
Real question is, what the fuck are we going to talk about next pod?
Yeah, well, I think.
Or
I guess
what are we gonna say we're gonna talk about, and
Right.
then
That's
eventually get to it.
You're going to DR?
Yeah, so next week's out for me. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
So we'll resume the Wednesday the 3rd.
Sure.
I think that's the 3rd. Wednesday the 2nd. Wednesday the 2nd.
Okay, got it.
So we have some time to think about what we want.
Well, the studio comes out. The studio comes out next week if we want to watch that.
I know it's hard to like know if that's a show worth talking about.
Agreed. Daredevil's been heating up. Daredevil's fucking sick.
This
I haven't seen the
last episode was good. I
haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's good.
See, what happened was
you bad. I knew it.
Yep.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah,
Don't pretend to freeze. Shut the fuck
up. we didn't just do nothing.
Let's think. We could pitch some ideas in the group chat.
for sure.
If
I'll definitely give you guys a recap of or a debrief of the Dominican. I'm going to Casa de Campo for anybody that's a golf enthusiast. It's like probably a top 25 destination now.
Do the people call the DR the Dominican?
Yeah, Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I just didn't know.
He's saying they call it the Dominican Republic, or you're going to Dominican Republic?
No, he said I'll give you a recap of the Dominican, and I didn't know if that's the way people talk.
Oh,
I don't know.
Am I being racist?
No.
Well, no. Now I don't know what if I said something wrong. So what?
I'm just curious. I was like, I didn't know they called it the Dominican.
I'm going to the Dominican. Yeah.
You know, I've been there a couple times. So.
That's what I'm saying. You would know.
Yeah, you've been there like
they call it the DR, which is less syllables than the Dominican. So I should have just said that.
Monosymbiotic. What is that, Danny? Syllabinetic. It's so good. It's such a good. I will put this and then he says every word in this.
Hold on.
Monosyllabically.
And then every word he says in the next sentence is one syllable. It's so fucking good. He's a smart character.
And then did you watch that TikTok I just sent before, Tom?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, that was funny too. After the episode where they're talking, where they're diving into it, the actor that plays Mildred, he's like, I gave him a ban, and they still don't appreciate me.
He was the actor saying that.
Yeah, the actor. Yeah, so they were doing a round table, and his entrance, everyone's just walking in normally. He entered in with a marching band dancing.
Yes,
that's awesome.
Tremel Tillman just vibing, dude.
I deleted my Instagram. Not my account, but the app on my phone.
Sweet.
So I'm like,
I'll be tagging you, dude.
Yeah, so they're just putting that out there for pod stuff. If you don't see anything, because they were saying like social media, it was like I thought it was bad in 2007, right? I was like, oh fuck Facebook, but I would join and whatever. And like maybe I talked about this already, but it'd just be your friends, right? And then you'd just finish social media and you'd log off. And just like they said in 2017 with like Reels and TikTok, it just like went so bad. Yeah, and then I just feel myself on my phone. I'm like, what am I doing? So like I just had to delete it. It was like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm on my phone a lot. I get caught in talk holes all the time.
Yeah, they're so bad.
So he will not be resharing the Reels.
But I'll come back. But just for now, like
no, it's fine. Carolyn dropped the file today. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's going out to all your networks, which is pretty sick. Because if I tag you, it still shows up, right? For like it'll still go to the people that you know, which is cool.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that true? They'll be able to see it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right. So more to be revealed in terms of what we'll if we're gonna follow a new show, maybe a movie or
right.
I
could look up movies that are coming out. I know a couple. I don't know if they'll be out, but that would be one.
And commit to watching. We should Nora stream. We should watch it. Nora.
We could also make some Masters predictions on the next episode that we do.
We could try to just do a golf app.
Let's do a golf pod. Yeah, I mean it's arguably the biggest.
The timing would be right. The timing would be 100%.
Yeah.
The biggest major of the year.
Interactions in the comments, dude, and people can kind of direct us what they want to see based on
that would be cool. And then we could also talk about like from each of our experiences. Like I started
only 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Michael's played for a while.
I started in 2010. Yeah, technically. Yeah.
And then Dave's
I like
trying to get back into it.
I like the idea of a golf pod, especially because the trip I'm going on is like it's a golf trip essentially.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my wife, which is really cool. We're gonna play together on Wednesday, so but it is a golf trip. So
yeah, send us some stuff.
Yeah, you hacked the system. You got a golf trip. But don't need any like guilt. It's a guilt-free golf trip. You hacked it.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
You figured it out. See, and you say you're not
So
smart.
my
no, I don't
partner,
say that. You say that. You say I'm not smart.
I'm like, some people, everyone's been saying you're not smart.
Like when I made a good point in the second episode or last week, you were like, "That's a good point."
It was profound.
Wow.
Yeah.
My business partner, he hit me up this week. He's like, "Oh, we'll golf in 2 weeks." I was like, "Didn't you just have twins? Like, meaning you are obligated? Like, you can't." You're what? He's like, "No, I got a name, an au pair."
Yeah.
Yeah.
An au pair. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, "No, it's fine. I got an au pair." I'm like,
so being able
golfing, dude.
So being able to golf with full responsibilities and children is something that
it's tough.
Tom has mastered.
Yeah.
He is. It's not, but you make it look easy.
Yeah.
You just gotta slip and slide, baby. Keep moving. Yeah, keep moving.
Can't catch me too quick.
I'm here. I'm there. Get in, get out. Right?
Yeah. Whatever.
All right. So we'll do that next week then, or the week after. It'll be
how excited
golf
he is. You just say golf. This fucking guy lights up.
I mean, I think it was your idea to make it centric, and I think that's it's
an idea. I mean, we could pitch other things, but if we should do a pod app, and that would be right before the Masters. No, so that would make sense.
No need. That's the idea. No more ideas.
He's like, no, we're fine.
Danny, you can take your thinking cap off. Just give it a rest. Yeah. Put your mask on.
Danny had his sleep token up. We could have your golf app, and then I'll think of one.
Yeah. I'm down for that.
You want to hit us with the outro music, Tom?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Play us out.
I'll fuck it up.
Just us bees episode 4.
Just this beat. Oh yeah, we didn't do an intro this time.
I think he's just gonna overlay it from now on.